Hey fam, welcome back to our channel, your channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how I DIY this rustic coffee table. Let me just give you a little tour of it. This is my rustic farmhouse-y kind of a table. It is pretty large. I will leave the measurements to this table size down in the description. So if you're interested, just check down there. And I'm going to share with you how I created it. The only thing you're probably not going to see on the tutorial part is maybe me putting the legs on. I'm not sure. But in case I don't have a clip of that, they are L bracketed on the bottom. Those are fence posts. And I just really liked them because of the shape of them. And I was going to stain them, but then I decided once I got them on that, let me come down this way, that I actually liked how they look with what I put on top there. Those black brackets right there, I was really trying to go in with the whole older looking piece. So those are actually L brackets that I spray painted black and then took the hammer and kind of scuffed them up to make them look like they were old. So I was really going for that whole rustic table look. Okay, so on the table, I have two really, really large, what are those? Vases. And they look like that. Kind of look like a lantern, or you could probably put a candle in there. I just have these white flowers with these silver little sprays. Both bunches of flowers came from Hobby Lobby. On the table I have my bedazzly coasters. I have a mirrored tray that I already had, and on it I just wanted to really play up because this table is so large. I could have went all in, but I had to stop myself. So on my little, I just put the two pumpkins that I just recently hauled. Of course, a white pineapple. Dear Antlers from Christmas. I have one of those Ashley books that you can store stuff in. And then my mirrored box there with just this green toperary on top. And then again, the little white pumpkin for fall. So whenever I'm done with fall, I'll just remove those two pumpkins and replace it with whatever I decide to do for Christmas. Then I have my two mirrored candlesticks here with just these candle holders there. And this is what my table looks like. It almost won't even fit in the frame. I'll come on this side and try and show you what she looks like from the back. And that is her. I love how it turned out, actually. With the dresser being gone from here, I'm going to build a piece. I've decided on it. That I'm going to build the piece that I want, how I envisioned it to go there. And I don't want it really no bigger or in width than that stool right there. So stay tuned for that video. But again, this is my rustic glam farmhouse-y kind of coffee table. Also, when I was looking on Pinterest for ideas for the coffee table, I saw quite a bit with bottoms on them. But I opted out to do the bottom because of the size of this table, for one. And two, I didn't want to cover up my beautiful rug from well woven. So I decided not to go with the bottom and just went with the 4 legs. Now I like it a lot better because it actually doesn't make it look as big being that you can see under it. So I like that there. And again on this side. And just check down below for the measurements of this piece. And I hope you enjoy this video. Sorry I'm not on camera today. I'm in the process of also recording a hair review. So again, if you're interested in how I built this table, very, very simple. You could totally do this, ladies and gentlemen. Carpentry skills really aren't needed, seriously, for this piece, actually. And I would have paid, ouch, Charlie, ow, my gosh, she scratched me. Ow, okay, so I probably would have paid a nice Chunk of change for a table like this, a real rustic table. Well, this is a real rustic table, in my opinion. But the ones that you purchase that somebody else made, probably would have cost me quite a bit of money because it's fairly large. Okay, so stay tuned for how I built it. Very, very simple. You could totally do it. If you do it, take a picture of yours and send it to me on my email. There's King over there. Okay, fam. Here comes the tutorial. Okay, fam, so basically for this table right here, or the table you just saw, same exact concept as the one we just built for downstairs. Plywood, 2x3 studs instead of 2x4s. 2x3 studs. The plywood itself cut already to the size I need it to be, and I'll give you the measurements in the description down below. And I'm using fence posts or balcony posts for the legs because I wanted something really thick, chunky, and rusticy looking. So I'm going to construct it the exact same way I did the last table. I will link that table construction down below for you guys. And then these pieces right here is what is going to be on top of the table to give it that rustic farmhouse wood distressed look right here. And these are peel and stick towels. I actually have these in the bathroom. They work good, and once they're down, they do not freaking move. So I'm going to be using those for the top and the sides. And yeah, so just stay tuned until we get this project finished. Okay, so here is the frame. I had to bring it inside to finish it because it started raining. But the concept is the exact same as the one downstairs. The 2x3s instead of 2x4s this time. All the way around, and as you can see the plywood, it's upside down because there's the legs. Now I told you these are fence posts, and I only wanted this part of the fence post. So basically I've wasted the part that was out here. But of course I'll find something to do with it because I wanted this to be the leg. So I'm about to adhere the legs by placing them in the corners using what? L brackets. Y'all know that is my favorite. I'm going to L bracket it all the way around on all sides, plus the top as well. We'll have, once I flip it over, it'll be nailed down or either screwed down, and then I will be putting the wood look finish on top to give it that look. So that's where I'm at with the table, and that part can be done in here because it's just drilled and all the cuts have been done. So let's move right along, fam, and see what is left to do. Okay, so the table is constructed. As you can see, I've already began to put the first strip of faux farmhouse rustic wood strip. What I'm going to do is I want these to be staggered like you would lay a floor. So instead of, now that's just me, instead of putting the next one like you would do it here, like it would look like that, right? I'm actually going to cut that in half because I want mine to be staggered like brick. And I don't want to have a little tiny piece here at the end. So that's why I'm going to do it that way. And it'll make sense to you once I start cutting. All you need to make the cut is a straight razor to actually score it. Just make sure the cut is straight. And this is like one of the Walmart straight razors, like that. And as I move along, I'll show you exactly what it looks like. As I'm doing it, I mean. Okay, so this is how far I have gotten so far. And because it's blending so seamlessly, I'm going to try to come really close to show you guys what I meant when I said stack. Okay, there we go. The lighting is better. Okay, so this was the original first piece. And I left it at the original length that the towel came in. But the second piece I cut shorter so that once I got down here, this one would be shorter so that when I started the second row, it would be the regular length, causing a stagger. So then there's a stagger, and then here's a stagger, and then again like that. I wanted it to have that look there. Okay? And there is some grout that comes with this that is supposed to be roughly this color that you can actually place in between this to give it that more cleaner grouter look. And it also helps it to stay in place, even though this stuff is pretty thick, and it's really, it bonds really well is what I'm saying. So, but when you're applying it to a surface, you just really want to make sure you're putting a lot of weight down. And kind of like when you do contact paper, you just want to kind of rub it, making sure that the adhesive is adhering to whatever's under it, and any air bubbles or pockets that may be there can come out. If you're unsure about that, they also sell these heavy duty rollers. They have a lot of weight on them, or if you have some dumbbells, you can use those to roll across to make sure that the glue is sticking to whatever it is you're doing. You guys, I don't know if you can tell, and I'm going to leave the measurements to this table down below, but I really and truly did not mean to make it quite this big. I wanted it to be big, but not quite as big as this is. I'm going to have a ball, though, decorating. Let's just say that. Now, this is all I have left, the little strip right here. And I'm also going to do the edges with the same material all the way around. Now, the legs, at first I was going to, excuse me, I have indigestion. At first I was going to paint them white, and then I thought about staining them, but actually I'm liking them in their natural beat up looking state. Look at that. Already in a distressed look. I really and truly like how that's looking like. Look at this one. It's already in its beat up state, probably doing travel or at the lumber yard. I mean, I'm really liking it. So I don't know if I'm going to do anything to the legs or not, and I probably won't know until after the table's done and decorated. That's when I'll probably go back and decide. So let me finish applying. And like I say, I'm using a straight razor. I'm using this to actually score it. I do want to show you one at least. Let's go over here to this little piece right here. So I have this little piece right here that I'm going to apply this piece right here to. So all I'm going to do is measure. I'm just going to, I'm not going to take the paper off yet because I don't want it to stick. I'm going to measure it. Okay, I have just this little bit right here hanging over. So what I do is I take my leveler, make sure it's nice and tight to the one beside it. I come right to the edge. Okay, right to the edge. And you're not cutting it. You're not trying to cut this. You just want to score it. Like, literally make a line and score it on the top. Okay? Now, I didn't cut through. But watch this. Snaps right off. So that's the piece that I scored. Here's the piece that I'm going to use. And I'm going to just butt it right there like a puzzle. Press. Make sure it's nice and tight to all those that are touching. And just kind of press it out for a couple seconds. Okay, I know I look rough. But I will come back when I'm done with the sides. And we'll look at it. And I'll decide at that point if I'm going to keep the legs the same or change them out. Stay tuned. Okay, fam, table is complete. The blue tape that you see is just me holding up the sides. I'm sorry, I got corn in there. It's holding up the sides, which are the exact same as this, because the gravity is just kind of wanting to slide them down. So before they set, so they can set, I should say, I'm just holding them up there with the blue tape until tomorrow. I really think I'm going to leave the legs the way they are, because to me, it just gives it that much more of a rustic look.